Oké, het lijkt te werken. Welcome, comrades and fat capitalists. We're out there in the real world. Well, we're in the flatlands map. I even made it a little bit more flatter. So we have some space to work with. And well, I did a lot of laboratorium sessions. I tried some ideas. Some succeeded, some failed miserably. I tried to venture out in the world, but yeah, your road connection to the custom house actually limits your the distance you can go into the world. We put up one here. What's going wrong there? So this is 2 kilometers. That's actually already a little bit too far. That's kind of the max you can venture in, and then keep having some logistic lines to the custom center. So that means we'll be just starting to build out here in this direction, then in this direction. We'll do some industry on this hillside, and it'll make use of this gravel deposit, which may be in your map not be there, but in my map it is. So basically I want to go alongside the banks of the river, follow the terrain a bit, and this is going to be then the outside of my village. Before the riverbank starts, so everybody keeps dry even when the river would be overflowing a bit. Seems natural to me. There's this nice inland thingy here, but yeah, that's already too far. So this is actually the most left side of the village. We are now having to decide where we're going to start building houses, but yeah, industry has to come here a bit, so we can just actually start building. The more south I would start, the better it would be. How do you say, closer to the custom house again for materials and all distribution collection stuff. We put out this road just by looking at it. I don't know if it's going to be exactly correct. Maybe we'll take it out and replace it a bit. Okay, my first houses are going to be blocks of these big buildings. And why? Well, just because it's convenient to put a lot of people in. Oh yeah, make a little mistake because it's going to place this wherever the first building is going to be placed, but I actually want to have it a bit more centralized. So I'll restart a new video here. I have to think of a name anyway, because I don't think we'll keep this name. I'll turn the sound a little bit down, maybe that'll it was disturbing you. I'm sorry for that. Back to the flats. Oh, I like to put them opposite of each other, and I use the marking for the footpaths as kind of a guideline. It's hard to put it exactly on the same. This actually worked quite well. We'll be building in that direction. And actually I already start by putting out my school. Now this might be a bit tedious, where things will be maybe broken down and then placed for another millimeter. Yeah, that's possible, but it's not really necessary. But there's a handy clone function, and because I'm quite happy about how they were standing here, it was well. Another trick is to have the camera in a good angle. If I then place it on top of the other one and then use the arrow keys, look, it slides along the same line. Roughly, because that's why I said the camera angle is important. But now the idea is, do we take this out and replace them? Yeah, well, let's give it one. But you don't need to be that kind of perfectionist. That's actually what I'm trying to say here. Let's see, that's not the correct angle. So this is, they should fix this. They should make something for this. Or tell me that's actually, it's on purpose. But look at that. That's fine by me. Oh, a little too early. Because we're going to clone them another time. Oh, hey. Can we take that out? That was not meant. Clone. Yeah, that seems to be okay. Use the arrow keys. Got to have some space in between. That seems okay. I've upped my autosave frequency, because apparently I have a little bit more crashes nowadays. This looks really nice. This looks really nice. We have a big hole here in the middle, and we're going to fill that up, of course. What did we do? With the first one, oh yeah, you want to have some smaller buildings where I can house my highly educated people, so they do not mingle too much with my normal basic educated people. And I can send my basic educated people to do work details where my highly educated people would be, how to say, doing nothing. So that's why I separate them in the beginning as much as possible. 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks. One quite important detail: do not get citizens in the middle. I want to, how to say, time the moment that my citizens come in, instead of the fact that the building is being constructed, that it will get in citizens, and it also deprives me a bit of the possibility to put in third world people. We have 1 big square there, and that's going to be for our cinema. Our cinema roughly has the same kind of white as these ones have. It has a road connection, but you don't need to use it for the cinema. Are we a bit in the middle? Yeah, it seems to be right in the middle. Again, doesn't need to be perfect, as long as a road can get in between. Okay. Now we have some of the important buildings. You can do a small hospital, but actually, yeah, I'm still going old style for the big hospital. No specific reason. Kind of old habits, and yeah, in the end, it's not the biggest building. It needs some time to be built, but we'll fix that once we have our own people. One of the things you'll need to get a distribution center and stuff is the ability to research that. We're going to do that in the headquarters, the party headquarters. I'm also already planning a bus platform which can take citizens to their jobs. That's coming over there. Now, we need some shops and offices, some shops actually, and we're going to do this in a double setting, where we have a small shopping center, and we'll be using a grocery store. The small shopping center will be connected to a small warehouse. Roughly over there. And then we connect that to a small shopping center. Hopefully like this. And we want to have it actually on this main line as much as possible. Let's see how far we get with this connection. Well, that seems to be perfect. Well, that's 1 ton of gravel. There we go. Why do I connect this? Well, the warehouse of the shopping center is actually quite small. It can contain only a couple tons of meat, for instance, and Yeah, just relying on this will get you into trouble. And if you don't believe me, then be my guest and try. Okay, we need a pub. And now this is actually extra, the grocery store. But I'm always placing it because, yeah, at some point it's really handy to have the second one. This is going to be connected to a meat locker. Giving me the ability to have fun with that. Okay, now I remember. I actually wanted to have a kindergarten alongside with the shopping center, and if possible, can we have some sports with it? This is all a little bit small, tiny and stuff, but yeah, we'll need to connect this all to power. Okay, let's see what we got. Food, the kindergarten, school, cinema. We need a pool, because as soon as it becomes winter, my dear citizens will not be happy with just outdoor sports venues. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it can also be nicely here. Let's put it there first, and then see if we connect everything to power and stuff. For that we need a power station. Now we would like to have the bus station connected to power, but actually it's no problem if it's not. It's no biggie if it's not. And here we can see we have all the other important buildings are connected. Give it a little stretch so we can immediately see if our sewage and water is there. We're reaching all the important buildings again. And water substation. Now I never know. Water, it's sewage. You point in the direction of the water. But your water substation has a little bit more freedom. But yeah, I would guess my water switch goes in that direction, what the city is going, but that's not necessarily so. Now also see if this fits, which actually fits quite nice. On this side it's really close. But we want to be a little bit straightish on it. How do we go here? That's a little bit too close, I would feel. That is not too close. And now for the pièce de résistance, the medical university. Why do we call that the pièce de résistance? Well, it's an absolute necessary building although you do not know it. Okay, I'm not happy with this, but we're going to see if we can do a trick. And make everything alright. And the trick being, okay, it was nice to set it up here, but it doesn't need to be there. It can also be next door. Connecting to this part, and now everything is still reached. All the buildings and even the university. We can still attach the sewage to this. Again, have everything connected. The warehouse doesn't need a sewage connection. That's why it's not showing up. There we go. Pointed upwards for no particular reason. But okay, we have sewage and coverage, and now I'm going to take out the road because I do not want to have it built right away. There are other things that have higher priority. Now we have the fire station. Okay, let's do something else first. That's a bit too close to that one. Okay, this will be it. That was quite close to those buildings, but that's okay. That's one line going through my city. That's another one. Again, it's very close. This time it's close to the building. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. You see they do not line up exactly. But this is still connectable. Yep. No problem. This is going then down, 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 down. Okay, and I'm going to take it 200 meters down. Together with that, when if I have asphalt on this road, it can lead to 400 meters. And this small heating plant gives at maximum production. It gives 7 tons pollution. That's enough to kill your citizens if you build it too close. Now, we can see we're at 300 and something meters. That's quite far. Will be 300 plus, but we actually also want to have that one connected. That starts to happen here. But then we're at 200 meters. That's quite far, so let's do something else then. And take it a little bit down. First I put it here because hey, the road nicely connects there. But if we put it a little bit more down here, it will probably connect up to the heating plant. Still this on the side. What does my heating plant say now? It says, welcome to the family. We're still with the closest housing is 320 meters. There we go for that. This distance is super important. if you put this one closer by, then it cover more. Oh, wait. Oh, it doesn't cover the hospital. And that's an assembly building. So it's going to be a little bit closer. Funny, eh? Does it cover now? Hospital, there. Cancel another footpath. Hospital. There. And now we're at 300 plus meters. 314. Then it drops. Yeah. Of course, we're going to build a heating station here. That'll cover it. But I need coverage right away and with uninterrupted personnel, because when you lose heating in the winter time, yeah, people will start running away like they don't know you, like they never were a part of your republic. Okay, this is quite close, but has a very low traffic coming in and out. We'll make a kind of a grid system. This goes down. Like that can connect straightish. Oh wait. This is my favorite way of making road connections. Actually, the Red Dead Redemption 2 way. Roads are connected like that. Having one branch, that works. When I have an intersection, that's a little bit more interesting. Then you actually want to have something like this. 30 meters, 31, okay. This seems to work best as an intersection, and you can, how to say, upgrade this with the bulldozer. If you make it smaller, then you can use the bulldozer to help you upgrade that stuff. I was talking about the small heat exchanger. Let's place that immediately. Okay, here it covers everything the thingy is already covering. So let's say can be even a bit more south, giving us quite some space to build. Let's have the HQ double connected. The hospital is connected, and the other stuff. Well, then we at least have an idea of how far we want to go with this one. According to the thing, it's a 90-degree angle. That's a bit too much for my tastes. Go. Well, this also creates alternative routes to stuff, which also are quite handy. This is far away enough, I guess, to also place sewage. Yes, so future development is actually already ensured. Now the substation should be pointing downwards. That's where the weather is coming from, and then we can cancel that again, so it will not be built. just need to yeah, it's easy to have it built. Diverging, I don't know, seems okay. Yeah, I've watched them. There's a guy who put out some information about the Soviet city building, and apparently there they like to work along lines. Not so much squares, but lines. So that's what we're trying to do here. Follow the example of the great ones. This is straight. Okay. Now, we were talking actually about fire stations when we came up with all this. Fire station. Yeah, if anything along this line will get great coverage. So our police station. Of everything I take the small one. Can be here. Close to 12. Maybe you should turn them around, but that's okay. Police station I don't think is super essential, but yeah, you cannot go without it. We have some open spaces here. We even have space to put in a sports field. We made room for one statue there. These statues are actually quite important as well. Let's have it faced towards the road. This will handle this. This will handle the first starting setup, and later we'll need one here as well to cover these buildings. So 3 will be enough. And what are we missing? Oh yeah, a lot. But one thing we could already put out is the technical office. This can be connected, no problem. This technical office is going to take care of the water and or at least the sewage. That one. We'll also need one for garbage. Welcome into the world of garbage. It was very much anticipated. I think it's okay. It's not that hard in the beginning to just put out a free dump and and another technical office which will dump everything in this dump. Work range will be 3 kilometers. Can say that for you as well. Okay, and so we already have garbage done. We have all the essential buildings. We have a great technical office. What are we missing? Don't think so much anymore. Sports venue. Yep. Even a second one. Kindergarten. Heating plant. Okay, we'll start in February. Well, first citizens will be coming around July or so. Maybe that's really fast, but say July. That's summer. And then you'll go into winter time and everybody freezes to death. And you go, what the fuck is going on here? Well, maybe not exactly those words, but you probably understand what I'm trying to say. I have one big road, but roads come in 2. So I want to have this road diverting a little bit towards that side. And yeah, it'll continue along here. That doesn't really matter for now, but I'm just connecting this up to have a multitude of possibilities for vehicles to pass. Yeah, this I also think it's a bit funny to construct. This is my trick. Oh, it's just one too long. Yeah, and then it completely disappears. Nice. Up till there. Now I have a nice curve. Take out that part instead of going next. Now you connect up there. And the same thing I do on this side. There the curve starts. And then you can go, oh, kind of straightish here. Didn't completely work. Can we fix this? I'm afraid if we take out more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we get the same kind of idea here. A little bit like that. Oh, here you can get in. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Are you doing this to me? 28, yeah, should be long enough. So we got one way of getting in there. There's a way of getting there. There's another way of getting out here, but shouldn't be able to get in here. Can get in here. Okay. Connecting roads to an artery road. Well, the roads are the not the best shining part of this game. Let's put it like that. Now we'll need in construction offices. My first goal is to build a construction office so I can speed up construction. It's going to be this one, 12 places. And yeah, if construction office is here, it will need some yeah, how to say materials. So we'll have an open storage within range of the electricity. This is going to be steel and prefabs in the future. Well, let's wait with renaming it before we rename the entire region. It's on the outside. Do we want it there? No. Place it inside. And why? Well, I'm also having the gravel station here. And my gravel station meaning I built a aggregate loading facility like that, and it gets connected to a small aggregate storage. And this will speed up the loading process of that gravel thingy a lot. Oh. Then we want it like this. Okay, now another thing. If I put it really close, that would be clever, right? Sounds clever. Saves space and time. Well, this is actually really well placed because I want to have a 10 steel conveyor with the mechanism possibility, but I'll show you what I mean if you look even closer. Like you want to save all the space you have. Maximum efficiency kind of stuff. Okay. I think we have a conveyor belt there, right? And now there's no possibility to get a mechanism on the construction site. It still stands still. So that's a little thing to keep in mind. Place it on a space where you do have the small conveyor belt, but also the possibility to enter a mechanism. Now later on we'll be connecting this to this road, just like that. Then we could actually say, hey, then we have space for this over here, but yeah, they'll be used frequently, and let's not overdo it. Also, I want to be able to upgrade roads. If I put everything really close together, then yeah, that's not gonna happen. Then I need some temporary storages, because we cannot start building this. Yeah, you could, but I don't think that's highly efficient. What I think is more efficient is to start with stuff. Oh, let's have an idea for this one. Let's copy that in the other direction, like that. So, yeah. Well, doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. Now I want to have some small and free construction offices for material that does not need to be at the custom house. And with that I mean they'll not have to oh, wait. Something goes wrong there. They don't need to pick up material at custom house, so they don't need to be there. That saves time in traveling, but also yeah, a smaller line at the custom house. These will be temporarily, except for this one. You'll see later why. I will rename some of them. This will just get steel. This is a game where you have to pay attention to every detail, a lot of details. So by renaming it, I'm just making things a little bit easier for myself, so I know what's what later. These are boards. Well, I can already tell you, here are going to be excavators. This is going to be a section for open hole, which is going to pick up stuff over here. And this is going to be a road cranes depot. I cannot do anything else yet because I need to connect it to the custom house first. So take out those height lines. Yeah, that's the entrance road to the custom house. Now we need to roughly connect that with the rest of my road system. Let's give it a nice little angle in that side. One goes next to it, and then we connect this up here with another curve. That's okay. Okay, road system. Well, one of the interviews that the developer gave was about redeveloping that whole road system maybe one day. I hope they do it sooner than later, because yeah, it is not the most. It works nice, you know. You have this automatically what was it, parallel road tool, if you ever played City Skylines. So that's actually quite nice, but yeah, it's not perfect. But that was enough critique on this great game. We do now have everything connected, so actually we can finish up with this kind of things. Yeah, excavator doesn't need anything. It's going to work at everything except for roads. These open hulls can do anything, and what you cannot get from the storage you can get from the custom house. The road cranes will never get something, but there we go. Also 3 kilometers range. And now we need some collection and custom house side stuff. Well, I see a lot of people building their distribution offices straight here. That seems to be nice, but yeah, I've tried to give them a little bit distance, because yeah, this distance they drive to collect their stuff is in actually quite small compared to the distance they'll be needing to go in that direction. Let's put out a road first. Something like that. I'm not gonna connect it with a straight curve, but with some nice yeah, curved curves, if that's a word. But so in this case, vehicles do not lose speed when they take this turn. That is the idea behind it. Now, if you've seen me do this before, I used 5 distribution offices, but I went back to 4. Because yeah, material collection did not seem to be. That's handy when you have a really big distance to cover. You know, you want to start around here. Then you can make kind of 2-step material collection payoff. But in that case, your gravel lines will be way too long for your dumpers. That's gonna cause you headaches and problems. Oh yeah, we forgot something. The gas station. I put one at this side and one here. This gas station is preferably close to my excavators, so I even put it straight across from it. So, what about the name? Naiman. Namiman. Well, sounds nice, but can't pronounce it. I'm gonna go with Pergosium, because the Wagner leader, or the alleged leader, is dead, or announced dead today. kind of immemorial. Not, it's probably not how you spell his name as well, but Bogosian. There you go. Yeah, then we want to say that this is going to be steel and prefabs in the future. This is going to be my Bogosian gravel station. And that will be actually my first priorities to build. These 3 buildings, this one, this was going to be first, then these 3 together with electricity, which they need to operate. And yeah, that's then the jump to starting to build the rest of the buildings, because materials and what's it, gravel will be ready available, or at least more ready available. Yeah, that's actually nice. Okay, it looks sharp and kind of lean. We were not done here because we're going to need a little road on this side as well. That is actually going to connect up with the other one. Same kind of idea. Have a way to get the trucks in without them losing too much speed. 28 meters seems to be very nice. Then we have a aggregate storage here. First gravel needs to be collected somewhere, because if both gravel, concrete and asphalt is going to be collected at the custom house, you'll have a long line of vehicles waiting for their groundwork materials, and that will slow down your building rate. That's the idea. And we have some more free construction offices, and as you might figure, we're going to use all 7 of them. 3 on this side, 1 on this side. Well, why is that? You'll see. There's going to be a 4th one as soon as we have completed the big construction office. We'll be rearranging these smaller ones. Look, this for instance is a funny thing of this road thing. This it doesn't allow, but if I go the other way, it's okay. That's stuff I don't understand, but I don't have to understand everything, of course. There's also a maintenance office coming here. We can actually already say what's what. We can do the same one here. Say what's what. And did we already tell you? Yeah, put everything on the dump. That's easy, right? For future references, we'll be going to use a depot. This allows vehicles to be brought in and then assigned to a line or whatever. And that's construction office per se, or a distribution office. But we have here a custom house, temporarily gravel, hard to pronounce. Custom house gravel. Oh, custom house, easy, right? We'll have dumpers in this section. Put all the dumpers together and not work on roads, so they'll do the groundworks for the buildings and all the other stuff. Here we have another one that is going all the way to for everything to the custom house. It can work on roads, but it's not really needed at roads because it will be covered concrete together. And then we have one that is going to be specifically for road construction. So it will not work on buildings or footpaths. At least not for its auto search. And finally, I have my foreign workers, and they will not do anything at all automatically, but will be hand designed when needed. Foreign workers. These don't need names. We have here a thing that's going to do our fuel stations, which is actually essential. Without fuel, vehicles come to a stop, and we don't want that. They can be filled for 50% at least. With the capacity of the truck and the amount of fuel we can get in here, it gets like 11 tons or so. So by filling it up for 50 or whatever, well, we'll see. It gets filled up. But you have to take into account the amount which can get in a truck. So if one truck then is just under 50%, it'll bring a second and then go way over 50%. But that's maybe a bit weird to talk about like this. This is actually my fuel liquids, and then we're almost done with the preparations in the first episode. The second one is going to bring gravel to the gravel thing, and then it will be picked up and redistributed. This can take a big amount of gravel from the custom house, 25 tons, and then it'll be needed in portions of 6 or 5 or even less tons of gravel. So if all these 6, 5, 4 and 3 are standing here, then I'd rather have one for 25 standing here and those lining up here. That's the idea of redistributing this. That's called my custom house aggregates. Third one is going to be materials, and then I will not do prefabs because they're just needed for the school, and by the time the school is going to be built, we'll be having our storage over there. They can be filled up all the way. Custom house materials. Last but not least is going to be our stores and warehouses. Yes. This is not needed in the early stages, only a little bit later when we're gonna have storage and warehouses. Stores and warehouses. Okay, it's time for me to stop talking. I'm going to find a nice camera angle so we can follow the construction of this village. So looking at it from this angle seems to be quite nice. And we even have little layouts of all the buildings inside, at least the close ones. And yeah, by the time we get to episode something, we have everything built. There'll even be some extra buildings. We'll take out some stuff. Everything which is temporary here will be replaced by bigger buildings. Not this one, of course. The medical university, well, I'll explain later again, is very important because your death wave are going to kill off a lot of citizens if you do not have preventive medicine early on. At least after 2 years after your first citizens arrive, they'll be getting strokes and heart attacks, and if if everybody dies, well, you'll end up with 0. Believe me. One nice little thingy for beautification. Let's plant some first. Yeah, pop it. Here, behind the monument. They'll have some time to grow. Yeah, this is it. Oh, we did find a nice spot, but we didn't activate the time lapse. Current camera position. Okay, whenever I'm, not knowing what to do, I'll come back to this camera position, and yeah, you can see the progress. Okay, that's it for now. Next time we'll start working. I'll make a special save from this, and then we'll save as we'll now have a lot of default saves. Will not be necessary anymore. Oh, this is autosave aim. Oh no, okay. Oh yeah, it's back in the cycle. Yeah. Game starts. The game is going to start here, and this is where the game is going to start. 23 February 23 3rd 1970. Happy hunting.